responses I have ever gotten in my entire life. Okay. So as you guys know, Jeremy Sohan, he will not continue basketball, right? So apparently we don't know all the details yet, unless, chat heard something and, live while I'm live streaming, but we haven't heard anything. But apparently there has been a calf injury, and San Antonio have talked to him, coaches have talked to him, and they think that the best response to this is for him to go back to San Antonio and just like work through it, right? And it was the same thing with Wembanyama, right? Like, I mean, it was different injuries, obviously, but they're like, hey, you need to come home. You need to come to San Antonio. We need to work through, this injury that you have, or what you're dealing with, and get ready for the season. And apparently the news on the street is that he should be good by training camp. So it's nothing that like scares me or anything. Honestly, if anything, this is messed up to say, because maybe it doesn't, but it might help the Spurs side of things when it comes to an extension, because I have no doubt in my mind that Jeremy Sohan is going to get an extension. Just a matter of what that money will look like. I don't know. But he's definitely deserving of that, and I think that he brings a lot to the team. But maybe they'll be able to, spend a little less money than they wanted, but I don't know. They probably won't do that. But anyways, so one of my responses here was just a normal response, right? And me just being cheeky, just being a little silly. I said, basketball gods are not letting Sohan or Wemby play Euro basketball. Obviously there are no basketball gods, right? I'm just joking around. And I just saw the strangest response. Yeah, this one, a very sad moment. Yet while we are at it, people should stop propagating the basketball gods nonsense. I know all sorts of folks use this phrase, and you just happen to use it now. But what is that even supposed to mean? When one thinks about it, it doesn't make sense. What? It's a calf strain? Oh, okay. He'll be all right. But like, what? What's wrong with using basketball gods? Like, it's just a silly thing that you say. Like, when something kind of like weird happened in basketball, then you just say, it's something you don't have control over. You just say, oh, it's the basketball guys. You just make a joke. It's Redditor. Yeah. It feels right. It feels like a Reddit. It feels like a subreddit right now. Yeah, it feels like a Redditor. Actually, clan. Come on. You just do this with everything? Like anything that someone says that you're like, well, there aren't basketball gods, so what are we actually saying here? We need to stop saying that. Why? It's not that serious. That AI response. It's just strange, man. Twitter's a weird place. It's the worst place. It's the worst place, but a fun place. That's the problem with Blue Sky, right? Like, I like Blue Sky a lot. I do. I like Blue Sky a lot. But I think it's too gatekeepy, and I think that you can't have like genuine change when you're too gatekeepy. I think they're too gatekeepy, right? And this is what kind of makes Twitter fun a little bit. Like, some things shouldn't be allowed. Like, people shouldn't just be able to just say the N word and say the F slur and say whatever on them. Just Nazi propaganda. I mean, that's what they do on Twitter now, which is insane, right? You shouldn't be able to do that, but you should still be able to have some like pretty awful people on the site, because it does make it makes it a little funny, like just to dunk on them a little bit. But yeah, that right there, man. I'm not saying this person's a bad person. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's some weird people. That's a weird response, man. That is a strange response if I ever seen one. But yeah, so Blue Sky is cool, but even though Twitter's worse, it's better, if that makes sense. Weird. Anyways, here's a few other things. Let's see. So Brian Wright responded to the Sohan's injury. So he said, Jeremy received professional help in Poland. Cooperation with the Polish national team staff and management has always been excellent. However, in this situation, the best option for Jeremy is to return to San Antonio. Let me see. There's another one. Jeremy received. This is Brian Wright again. Jeremy received professional help in Poland. Corporation with the Polish. Oh wait, this is the same thing. Then why did Jeff G Spurs Zone just reposted this and then he reposted it and then just copied and pasted what a weird thing to see. This is what I'm saying. Twitter's weird, man. It's fun. I don't know. Anyways, last thing I saw of Sohan. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see. What was the last thing we saw of Sohan? I saw Sohan getting some shots off. Let's see here. Where are you, Sohan? I'm scrolling through right now. His jump shot still looks great. We were going to go over it, but, I mean, what's the point, you know? All right, here we go. So this is Sohan. This is the last thing I saw of Sohan getting some shots off. He looks so much better, y'all. Like, this looks so much better, right? So much better. And just like guys before him, you'll always have a spot on the team if you can play defense and you can shoot threes. There's so many things to his game that I absolutely love, right? He has elite defense. He has very good cutting ability, high basketball IQ player, pretty decent connector. Good handles for his size, especially compared to peers. So there's a lot to his game that I really like. And shooting is one where we all have said, yeah, he's going to have to improve that. And I thought that he improved that significantly so since college. But this right here is a whole nother beast, right? This looks really good, genuinely really good. And I know that a lot, I know we did a segment on this before, but a lot of people will say like, well, Ben Simmons, he shows video in the offseason. There's a difference. And we even looked at some Ben Simmons footage so I could give you a comparison. But Ben Simmons footage is always like edited it. It's not really intentional as far as what are you working on here. It just looks like you're just kind of shooting around. And also his form is just always awful. But this right here, night and day. Like I would highly encourage you to go look at some college tape of Sohan and then go to this video and you'll see how good this looks, right? Quicker release, high release point. This just looks really good. All right. I think that he'll have much better shooting this season. So, yeah, as far as where I'm at right now, like, hey, we've had some injuries. This isn't something that I'm going to stress out about. Like, okay, it's calf strain, whatever. Sure, it'll be fine. Wimby, blood clot, we were really worried about that. But they're, from what we heard, things are going pretty swell, right? Fox, we might have been worried about the pinky a little bit. Spurs aren't, just gave him an extension. So, I'm not worried about anything. I think that we'll be okay. Spurs will figure it out. I'm just really excited for this season because on paper, guys, this should be not only a playoff team, but if they can get it together, let's say by, February, right? And they're looking like really good and looking like a cohesive unit by playoff time, this could be a team that make a little bit of a run just from talent alone, man. Defense alone, actually. I probably should say that. Defense alone, they should be able to. But yeah, who kidnapped Sohan? Who is this imposter? Yeah, and I think another thing too, and I'm not a professional. You guys know this. I'm not a professional. I never claimed to be. But with his shooting, and this is how I've just felt this entire time since he's been with us, I don't freak out about certain things that we see, that might look a little funky, right? Like with him shooting one-handed free throws. We got the explanation of it. We watch, some shooting coaches talk about it. And yeah, it's just something so you can work on your form, right? And when it came to the hitch, a lot of Spurs fans freaked out about it. And I just felt like it was a process, right? Like, yeah, he wasn't fully comfortable in that. But I think it was a process of, hey, get used to maybe putting a little bit more arc on your shot. I have no idea, but I just knowing how the Spurs do things, they're a step-by-step organization, and yeah, we weren't going to see, especially how broken. See, this is the thing too. His shot was broken. How broken his shot was initially, like through college, he was a really bad shooter. It's going to take some steps for him, right? Where other guys like Dylan Harper, for instance, it's not going to take that much tweaking, right? Like he has a good jump shot. He has some good form. I think even with Castle, it takes some time, but I think that they'll be able to get him where they need him to be in not too long. But Sohan, it needs significant work. So I just wasn't freaking out about like the hitch. I was like, that won't be there forever. It's probably a reason for doing it. So yeah, if it's unorthodox, it's usually in Sohan's favor. True. Yeah, I wouldn't care if he was shooting 3-pointers with his left hand. Like, I wouldn't care. But anyways, so yeah, good stuff.